Hey guys, welcome back. In today's lecture, we will prepare a demo application, and in that application, we will use Devise Gem for user authentication, and we will add more functionalities to this demo app, like adding bootstrap styles to device forms like sign up, sign in, and forget password forms. We will also add letter opener gem to preview an email. So let's start with the task. Here we need to generate a brand new Rails application. So let's open a terminal. Okay, in the terminal, you need to run a command Rails new device demo example. Okay, and this will generate a brand new application for our task. Okay, or you can do the same thing with any of your existing application as well, because here the main purpose is just to show how device gem will work and how you can use device gem in your Rails project, and how you can use letter opener gem, and how you can customize your device forms using bootstrap. So you can do the same task within your existing application as well, but here I am generating a new Rails application from scratch. So now our application has been generated, so let's switch into the project directory, sorry, the application directory, device demo example. Okay, and now open this application in your favorite editor. I will open this into Sublime. Okay, so here you can see this application has been generated. Now our first task is to add bootstrap in this application. So for adding the bootstrap, let's open your gem file and add CSS bundling here. Gem CSS bundling Rails, save it, and now run the bundle install. This will log this gem into your project, and you can start adding CSS. Okay, so we will add bootstrap CSS here. Okay, if you wish, you can add tailwind or other CSS as well, but we will add bootstrap here. So let's run the command Rails CSS install and bootstrap. Okay, this will add bootstrap into your application, and you can find the generated bootstrap into your assets build folder. Okay, so let's get this command executed completely, then we will see. So now open your application, and you can find it in app assets and builds folder. Here you can see that our bootstrap has been installed here, and now in a style sheet you can check that the initially the file name was application.css, but now it's converted to application.bootstrap.scss. Okay, so our css has been installed. Now what we need to do, that we need to import bootstrap and popper in our application using import map. So open your import map.rb, and you can find it inside config import map.rb. So the file is open, and here you can see that we can pin our packages here. So we will pin bootstrap and popper.js here, okay, using this command. So let's copy this bin import map, and here we will add like pin and bootstrap. When you run this command, you will see that it will pin the bootstrap and popper.js CDN to your import map. So now we can see the bootstrap and popper.js here. Okay, so save it, and now after saving this, our next task is to generate a home controller, and we will set up this controller's action to as our landing page of our application. Okay, so let's generate the application. Rails G controller home index. Okay, here home is the controller name and index is the action. Okay, now open the routes file and set a route path. Okay, so let's open config.rb, config routes.rb. In your routes.rb, you can see here the get home slash index has been added, but we need to make it root. So we will add root home hash index. Okay, now we need to check whether our application's root page has been set or not. So let's start the server by running rail server command. And now what you need to do, that you need to open the application in a browser. Here you can see that our application has been opened into the browser, and now we can access our application's own root page. Okay, so we have added a home controller and set up its index section as root page for our application. Now it's time to add some bootstrap at the home page, or we will add a navigation bar which will be rendered throughout our application. So let's open the getbootstrap.com first. Okay, and from here you can click go to the get started, and from get started you can come to components, and since we need to add navigation bar, so we will open navbar here, and we will use this navbar. Okay, so but for that, what you need to do next is, let's create a partial in your application to render as navigation bar. Okay, so for that, come to the views folder, and inside the views, let's create a directory and name this directory as shared. Okay, and in this shared directory, let's create a file name. Let's say header.html. Okay, our header.html has been created here. Now paste everything here. Okay, and since, just to recall one thing, that a partial name always start with the underscore character. Okay, so that's why we name our file partial file name underscore header.html.erb. Now our partial has been generated, so what we need to do, that we need to render this header inside our layout. So let's open our application.layout and render this file. You can do render and your file name. So since our file is in shared folder, so we need to write it here, shared and header. Okay, now refresh your browser. Here you can see a navigation bar has been added and drop down is also working, but we need to customize this. Not need to, it depends upon your needs, that whether you want to customize it or not. If you wish to customize it, you can do that. If you don't want to customize it, then let's keep it for now as it is. But I will customize this bootstrap because I don't like this default color, so I will add primary color here and remove this form because this form is useless as of now. Okay, so let's switch to our partial file, and there we will add some customization. So this is the partial file here, and just make this navbar light to navbar dark and bg light to bg primary. Okay, and now refresh your page. So you can see that a primary navigation bar has been added here. Now remove this form here because we don't need that. Save it and refresh the page. You can see that this form element is disappeared now. Okay, and we will keep this drop down and change this navigation bar to some use fruitful name, and we will remove this disable link and this link. Okay, so let's remove this disabled link first. Okay, here you can see that we have removed that link and we don't need this link as well. Okay, and we will make this link as rails tag. So we will add a link to, here let's add home, and in this it redirect it to root path and add a class here. Just copy the same class, now links active, and just paste it here. Okay, and remove this. Okay, now you can save this and just refresh the page. You can do that, this is working the same. Okay, now change this name. Okay, or you can copy the same link here and you can use as navigation bar at the navigation logo. So just copy this and change the class to navbar brand here. Okay, and remove this and change this link name from home to, let's make it device demo, and save it. When you refresh the page, you will see that device demo, home, and this is a drop down. So let's make this drop down as active as well, and we will change the name of drop down to actions. So it's right now link. So let's make it active. Okay, and make this drop down to, let's make it settings, or you can name it as accounts as well, or just keep it settings for now. Or if you have any other name of your choice, you can write here as well. So now let's refresh this. Okay, so it's our name is has been changed to settings. Now let's add a basic layout. Okay, because right now our resource does not have any our content is not lie into any container, so let's keep this in container. So open layout file, and in layout file just write here div class container. Let's make it container only, and inside this container let's add a row class, div class row, and let's yield the content inside this row. Okay, and now refresh the page. Okay, so when you refresh the page, you can see that we have proper spacing now. Okay, so till this stage, we done everything basic, that we generated application, we added navigation bar, and we set up our application's root page. Okay, now it's time to add device gem in our application. Okay, so for that, let's go to the device documentation first. Okay, you can open this link hard combo, and this is the repository of this device gem, and here is the complete setup guide and the documentation that you can read it at your end and try to explore more. Okay, it would be better. And but we will directly go come to the installation guide, and we will start using the gem. Okay, so here is the getting started point, and just copy this gem, and we will use this gem inside our application. So let's open our gem file. In your gem file, let's paste it and run the bundle install. Okay, open a new tab. Okay, when you run bundle install, the device gem has been added to your application. Now just go to the same page again. Here you need to run the generator, rails generate device install. This generator will create a device initializer for you and a locals file for you, so that you can customize your device default flash messages or device messages. Okay, so let's copy this command, and you can run this command on your terminal. Okay, and it is mandatory. So whenever you add device gem in your application, you need to make sure that you have run this command, unless your device will not work. Okay, because I saw that many of the freshers do this mistake. Okay, so now you can see that when you run this command, you can see two files has been created for you. First one is config initializer device.rb, and then config local device.en.yml. In initializer device.rb, we keep some device configuration, and in locals device.en.yml, we keep the message formattings, or we can change the messages there as well. Okay, whatever it requires for the error messages, successful sign up, successful sign in messages, or confirmation messages, we can alter that based upon our requirements. Okay, now it has given you some configuration if you wish to do. So we will use this first configuration, that since we will allow user to, or we will force users to confirm their account after sign up, so we need this command. And this line is helpful for sending emails. Okay, so let's copy this and paste it in your development.rb. Okay, open development.rb, and at the bottom of the file just use this command. Okay, save it, and you can choose see another configurations as well, that ensure you have defined root url. Okay, so we have already root url home hash index, and it is also calling that if you want to display flash messages like confirmation has been sent, or sign up successful, or invalid login credentials, so you can use this. So yeah, we will use this. So copy this notice alert, and copy this and paste it in your layout file. So here is the layout file, and inside the row you can paste this. Let's just properly indent it. Now it has been saved. Okay, the another thing, that you can copy device views to your app by running rails device views. Yeah, we will do this, but we will do this after generating our or after working with basic device views. Then we will generate views at our application, and then we will also generate controllers as well, and then we will start customizing using bootstrap styles. So now let's generate device model, okay, because we need device model for authentication. This is the model that we're going to use for authentication. You can create authentication feature for any resource in your application like manager, admin user, or any other as per your choice. But we will use user resource in our demo application. So we will generate a user model for device, and you need to run this command to generate your user model. So Rails d device user, okay, it will generate a user model and a migration for creating the table for it. So let's generate this and now see what we get already. So open the models, and in models you can get the user model here, and you can see devices come with its modules: database authenticable, registrable, recoverable, rememberable, and validatable. These are the required modules for device to work, and there are some other optional modules as well, okay, like confirmable, lockable, timeoutable, trackable, and omniauthable. Every module has its own work, and you can see this module details at here at the documentation of device, and you must know about this what a module does in device. So here you can see database authenticable. So it hashes and stores a password in database to validate the authenticity of a user while signing in. And you can check the same for omniauthable, confirmable, recoverable, registrable, rememberable, trackable, timeoutable, validatable, and lockable. So just go through this and try to learn it at your end. Okay. Now we have to look into the migration of user that is generated with the model. So let's open the db migrate folder, and here you can see the migration. In this migration you can see there are some commented fields, like these fields are required for trackable to enable trackable module. Okay, the trackable module tracks the user activity, like how many times user has been signed in, at what timestamp user was signed in last time, and what timestamp user is signed in right now, and what was the current IP of user signed in, and what was the last IP when user was signed in. So you can do this using trackable module. And the confirmable module is required to send confirmation email. When you enable confirmable module, you are, it means you are forcing users to confirm their account to get sign in our application after creating an account. Okay, so we will uncomment this trackable and confirm module, okay, because we need this. Okay, so let's uncomment this. Here you can see it is uncommented, and let's uncomment this one as well. Okay, now we will run the migration. But before running the migration, since we uncommented the trackable and confirmable module, so we need to enable this in our user model. So let's open your user model and add confirmable here, and also add trackable here. Here is the trackable, copy this and paste it here. Okay, yeah, just to display your code in better way, you can do this, right? Okay, it really depends upon your choice. It does not make sense, it does not make any difference like whether you use this style or that style, but it this style seems better or looks better. Okay, so that's why I did that. Okay, so now since we have commented our migration, so let's run this migration. Okay, so now open the schema, because we have generated migration. So this is the user table which is in our schema right now after running the migration. Okay, now the table has been generated, so we need to see how device is working in our application. So for that, let's restart the server, because we added device gem and we added initializer of it as well. Okay, so Let's do that. Run, stop your server and restart it again. Okay, and now run this. Okay, to see that how device is working or not, let's visit in the browser. User, sorry, users slash sign underscore in. This is the path for signing a user in. Since we do not have any users created yet, so we will do that after sign up. So let's first sign up with the user, and you can like Ravi at that example.com and add some password here. Okay, now you need to click on sign up button to get this user working. Okay. Okay, so here you can see in terminal that user has been created and a confirmation email has been sent. But since we do not have any mail preview or mail integration so far, so we cannot see this email into our browser. So for doing that, we need to implement letter opener gem here, or sorry, we need to install letter opener gem in our application so that we can see the preview of this confirmation email. Okay, so now let's open your browser and go for the letter opener gem. Here you can see this, and in this letter opener gem, first add this line into your gem file. Okay, since we already have group development in our gem file, so we will just use gem letter opener and not append append group development in it. And let's open gem file and add it into the development.rb. Save the file and run bundle install. So open the terminal, go to the next tab and run bundle install here. This will add letter opener gem to your application. Okay. Now go to the documentation again, and we just need to copy this command, these lines, and we need to place this into environments development.rb. So open development.rb here and place at the bottom of the file after we edit the default URL mailer option. Okay. Now save this file. Okay, since we have saved it, so we need to restart our server again. Let's restart your server and go to your application and create another account. Okay, so we will add sign up link here again. Go to the sign up and make another user, let's say alex@gmail.com, and add password here. Okay, and now when you click on sign up, you will see this email preview. Okay, and the message here, you can see this link. Welcome alex@gmail.com. You can perform your account email through the link below. Okay. And when you click on confirm my account, okay, so you can see your email address has been successfully confirmed. Okay. Now we need to sign in using that account. So alex@gmail.com and here password. Sorry. Now user is signed in our application, and that you can confirm on console that users sign in count has been increased by one, and the current sign in IP and last sign in IP, just because we are running it on local host, so we cannot see these fields. But if you sign in on a production's application on production site, then you can see that IP definitely. Okay, so now we got our confirmation module worked, and we got our registration module worked, and we got our database authentication module work. So database authentication means after confirmation that we signed with that user. Okay. Now what we need to do, that you can see that the user has been signed in successfully, but there is no way to log out this user or sign out this user. So let's open your navigation file or header file. There we will add some links to sign out. So we will add those links in drop down. Here let's make if user signed in. Oh, user twice. Keep it one time only. If user signed in, then do some actions, else do some other actions. Okay, now if user is signed in, then we will sign out the user, else we will allow user to log in. Okay, so let's remove this link and add a link to tag here. Link to sign up and destroy user session path, and let's add class here, drop down item. Okay, and now if user is not signed in, then allow a link to sign in to user. Okay, so let's add that link here. Sign out to sign in, and destroy user session path to new user session path. Okay, and yeah, by the way, here you need to mention method delete and remove other links from the drop down because we don't need that. Okay, we added a link for sign out and link for sign in. So now refresh your browser. Okay, in settings now you can see the sign out link, and when we sign out this user you can see the link of sign in. Okay, so let's click on sign out. Now, here you can see an error that no route matches get users sign out. But we mentioned method delete here. Even we getting the error for no route matches get. Why? Because Rails 7 by default uses turbo string. So we need to make data turbo false, and then we can start using that. Okay. So just to remove this method delete and use data, and here you need to make data turbo delete delete. Sorry, data turbo method, and then you should use delete here. Now refresh the page again. Now click on the sign out link. Okay, now user has been signed out and you can verify it using console. Now click on the sign in and sign in with that user again. alex@gmail.com and add password here, and click on settings. You can see the sign out link, and now when you click on sign out, this user will get signed out from your application, and now you can see again sign in link. Okay, so use this method, data turbo method delete. Okay, rather than using method delete, because that will not work by default in Rails 7 and you need a special configuration for that. Okay, so for now just keep in mind that we need to use data turbo method delete for deleting a user's session. Okay, now we implemented letter opener, we implemented device, and we enabled the modules that we need from the device. Now it's time to customize the device forms using Bootstrap. Okay, but for that we need to generate device views at our local. Okay, so first okay, yeah, we have signed out that user. So now first generate the views. For that, run the command rails g device views. Since we have user model, so we will generate this inside user scope. So let's make it for users. So rails g device views users, And now you can see in the app views directory there is a folder generated user, and there you can find modules for views for all the modules that we have enabled in our user model, that confirmations, passwords, registration, sessions. Okay, so let's open the sessions form and try to customize a very basic thing here, that change this login to sign in. Okay, just to check that whether this change is working or not. So sign in, and now refresh your page. Come to the sign in link. Okay, so here you can see that we changed login to sign in, but still we are seeing sign in. Why? Because we generated views inside users scope, so we need to generate device controllers for users scope as well. Okay, so let's generate device controllers for user scope. The terminal and run the same command, raise the device. Just replace views by controllers and then users. Okay, this will generate controllers for users. Okay, so here you need to make a change like this in your routes file. So now open your routes file. Okay, so remove this device users and paste it here. Now if we refresh our page, then you can see the sign in here. Why? Because we are using both device user scope, device controller and device forms. So now we can change the uh, sessions form here, or we had make some customization there. So and do the same thing for passwords, users passwords. Do the same thing for registrations, users registrations. Okay, and now we will start customizing our device forms. So let's open your session form first, and in the session form let's add a route here, a card here. So div class all lg6 mx lg auto, and we will add a card inside this div class card, and a shadow here, and add card body, div class card body. In this body, now refresh your and now place your form. Okay, now you can see your form inside this card body. So let's add a card header as well. Div class card header, and into this header add a title. Let's say h3 class title. Let's make it h1. Sorry, h2, because h3 seems very small for the card. Remove the sign in from here and place it inside the card title. Okay, now refresh your sign in form. You can see this sign in form is visible into cards now. So let's add some form control classes to your cards as well. Remove this br, and for this field let's write form group here. Okay, and make this class as form control lg. and control LG and refresh it. Here you can see the bootstrap styled form. Okay, now you can see that label is just sticky to the form field. So add some margin to the label. Let's say MB2 and refresh page now. Okay, so now you can see the proper gapping here, and make this field to form group. Add a class here, MB2, remove this BR, and use this same form control class into the password fields as well. Save it and refresh your page now. Okay, so now you can see the both email and password fields has been changed. Now let's change the style of login button as well. Let's make it BTN primary. Okay, so you can see this primary button here, and we will make it BTN LG. Now refresh your page. Okay, so this is BTN LG. Now what we need to do, that we will apply the same styles on sign up page as well. But before that, let's make some spacing inside the remember me and login sign submit button. So add form group here as well, and add MB2 92. So now there will be proper spacing between fields. Okay, so it looks even better now. Now click on the sign up button. Okay, so I think this sign in should be in center. Okay, so let's make it in center first. uh, just make a class here, add a class here, text center. Save it and refresh your page. Okay, now it looks quite better. And open the sign up page now. Now you can see the sign up page still has the old default device design. So now it's time to update the sign up form. Open the sign up new. Okay, and in this new sign up, just copy the code to card body. Okay, and add it here. Okay, and here let's make it sign up, and this form should be in card body now. So let's place this form here. Correct the indentation. Okay, now what we need to do, then make all these fields to form group. To replace all, and remove this BR, and add class form control LG. Copy this and paste it into passwords as well here as well. And let's make this sign up button as button primary. So btn LG btn primary. Now refresh your page. Okay, so you can see that your device forms works now. A sign up page is styled now. Sign up button is here, and login and don't receive confirmation instructions are here. Now let's click on login and click on the forget your password. Okay, so now we need to change the forget your password page. So just copy the code from card body to the division call 6, and open your passwords and go to the new and just make it properly aligned and place the forget your password into the header title, card title, sorry. Paste it here. Okay, and now paste your form inside card body. And replace this fields where form group mb2, remove this br, and let's add form control and then form control lg, and make these actions to form group mb2 and make a class here btn primary, then btn lg. Okay, now refresh your page. You can see this form inside card body 2. And now open your don't receive confirmation instructions. Okay, so now you can see this form is still in default device view. So let's update this as well, open confirmations and in new. Okay, so let's copy this. What we need to do here, let's copy this default card syntax and let's align it first and use this text inside the card title. Is it here? Save it and use this form inside the card body. Inside card body, let's align it first. Now it's aligned properly, so replace it and add this to action and remove this br and add a class here before value. Let's say let's make it form control lg and add a comma here just to separate it with values. And now save the form and refresh your page. Oh, no changes there. Let's see what happened here. Okay, this is not changing because we did not mention confirmation into the routes. Okay, so let's open the routes first and make the confirmations entry here, and then it will display the changes. So let's remove this registration. Now reload the page and you can see the updated form here. Okay, so the button is still not working. Let's see what happened with button. So open the confirmations new page. Okay, we did not edit button here, so let's add button first. Return button primary, begin lg, save it, and now you can see this button. Okay, so our device views has worked. Now we need to check what happened when we click on the forget password. So click on the forget password. User is signed out right now. Click on the forget password and we will add alex@gmail.com here. Okay, and click on the send me reset password instructions. Okay, so you can see this is now showing you an error. Nil location provided, can't build URI. Let's see in the terminal that what happens. Okay, we can handle it, but open this mail preview and you can click on the change my password, and when you click on this you can see that this is the change your password link form is displayed now. So now this is the password edit form, and you have to display your you have to update this form as well. So open the passwords new file and copy this cardboard tag here and paste into here. Okay, now let's align it first. Okay, so let's change your password and just save it here. Now copy this form inside and place this form inside the card body. Okay, and replace this field with form group. Replace all. Remove this br and just make sure you will add class form control lg. Copy this class name and remove this br from the label and paste it here. Okay, and change this action to form group mb2 and add a button class here, and now save it and refresh your browser. You can see we changed the change your password form as well. So far what we done, we implemented device, we implemented letter opener for email preview, and we also customized our device forms using Bootstrap. Okay, now what we will do that we will generate a mailer. We will see how to create a action mailer, and then we will send an email every time when a user first confirm his account and then sign into the system. Okay, so far we have two users who already confirmed their account, so we will not add that feature for that. But now from now, whenever a new user sign up and confirm his account, then we will send a confirmation email to him. Okay, so let's do that. So now open the user sign in page and go to the sign up and sign up with a new user account. Okay, so we will add a new user account here. Let's say charles@gmail.com. We will add password here. Okay, and with this password now sign up this user. Okay, so click on sign up. Okay, so now you can see that user has been created and a confirmation email has been sent to the user. Okay, and we can see this in preview. But now we need to implement a mailer so that we can send an email whenever user confirms his account. Okay, so for that, let's switch to your terminal and generate a mailer. So we can generate a mailer with Rails Gmailer. Name it as welcome. Okay, and it's just like the controller, like we generate a controller name and a controller action. So now we need to generate a mailer with a mailer action. So we will provide the mailer action name now. So we can name our mailer action, right? Send greeting notification. Okay, now let's generate this mailer. Okay, so when you generate this mailer, you can see that a mailer has been generated in your application. Go to the app mailers and you can find welcome mailer here, and in app views you can also see a folder for it, welcome mailer. Okay, and in this welcome mailer you can find two files. One is erb file and one is text format erb file. Okay, so we do not need this text format, so we will delete this file. Okay, and we just keep this html erb file. And now let's change this email first, email action first. So we will accept the user here. So now let's change this greeting to @user. Let's assign this with the user, and we will send this email to this user's email. So user dot email, and we will send a subject here like thank you for signing up on our site. Let's make it thank you, not thanks you. Okay, save it and remove this comment. We don't need that. Now, what we need to do, that we need to send this email after user confirms his account. So let's open user model. Okay, and in that user model, we will add a callback that is provided by Devise, and that callback name is after confirmation. And after confirmation, we will call this mailer to send the notification. Okay, so let's implement it. Def after confirmation, and in this callback, okay, let's make it first in private section. Now in this confirmation callback, we need to call our mailer and then action of the mailer. So we will call, since what our mailer name is welcome mailer, so we will call welcome mailer dot, and what is our method name is send greetings notification. Okay, and now let's pass the user object here. So we will pass the self. Okay, because the self represents the object of this current object of this class. Okay, so that's why we have used self. Now we can use deliver now to send the email. But this line seems very long, so let's keep it here. So because this seems prettier, welcome mailer dot send greetings notification and deliver now. Now what we need to do, we need to customize the content into the greetings mailer. So let's remove this, or let's say welcome to our site, and here you can make like hey @user dot email. Thank you for being an active member on our site. Okay, now just save this. Okay, and since the account has been created, let's check on the terminal. You can see that account has been created and the confirmation email has been sent. So now what we need to do, we need to use this callback. Okay, open the user model. Okay, we need to use this callback. So, and this callback will get invoked whenever we, or as soon as we confirm the account of the user, or the user confirms his account. Sorry, because we cannot confirm in the production level, user have to confirm their account. So as soon as the user confirm his account, now this email will be triggered. So now click on the go to the confirmation email preview and click on the confirm my account. So when you confirm this, okay, so you can see welcome to our site. Okay, this is the custom mailer that we implemented. So welcome to our site, hey Charles at gmail.com, thank you for being an active member on our site. Oh, on outside, let's correct this typo. Okay, let's make it on our site. Okay, now whenever the another user will confirm his account, this typo will be corrected and it will be sent like thank you for being an active member on our site. So now we can sign up using this user. So let's copy the email of this user, and your email has been successfully confirmed. Okay, so now let's paste it here and use password. What happened? Okay, so password might be wrong. Okay, now user is signed in. Okay, so you can see the sign out because user is signed in, so that's we are seeing sign out link. Okay, so let's summarize what we have done so far in this project. So we created a new project, we set up the root page, and we implemented bootstrap navigation bar and all that, and then we added device gem and generated a user model and enabled the trackable and confirmable modules for that, and we added letter opener gem to see the preview of confirmation mail, forget password mails. Okay, and our custom action controller mail, which is sending a greeting email after user confirms his account. Okay, so this is the thing that we have done so far, and there is many more things that we can do in this application as well, like adding custom attributes inside the device user model, like as many sites you might have seen that whenever you register or sign up on a site, then it is asking you for providing your name, contact number and address information along with your email and password. And we will also see that how to allow users to sign in using either email or username. Okay, so we will accept username from users as well, so and we will enable that the user can sign in from both, either using his email or using his username. Okay, but we will do that in next lecture. Okay, so till then, that's all from this lecture. Okay, so thanks for watching this, and let's meet into the next lecture with more customization for the device. Till then, tata, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.